Hey, Board Gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, live at Southern Board Game Fest.
And Melissa from,
with Melissa from iHeart Board Games. We're here in Lafayette. We're doing fun food festivals. It's Board Game Festival all weekend. This is the second day. We wanted somebody, though, to kind of chill out, low energy guy. And we brought in Roy Cannaday from the Dice Tower.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm definitely known for low energy and being super chill, you know, that sort of stuff. I'm not spaz at all.
No, we wanted you here because it's Sunday. It's our last day here at the con. We've had a fantastic time, right, Melissa?
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
You played anything good this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Played some nice stuff that Cascadia, we played a couple of times at the table, and that's a new one for me. Got in some games we've been playing digitally that now I got to play at the table, like Seven Wonders Architects. And then we just played a Tiny Epic Galaxies game just
I love that one, Tiny
before,
Epic
and so
Galaxies.
got one of those and haven't played that in years.
Hey, iHeart Board Games.
That's awesome.
Pin Galaxies, and we'll get back to that in just a second. That's a foreshadowing there. I got to play. I just finished playing Pret-a-Porter from Ignacy Trevicek and Portal Games. Fantastic. But Roy, you'd love this. My son Jack, he only gets to come to cons about once a year, and he brings out his blinged out copy of Game of Thrones. He's got all the stuff, and he convinced 7 other people to play an 8-hour game of Game of Thrones right here behind us.
That is epic.
It was going on yesterday during the streams.
Hey, it's Ronald. Hey, happy birthday again, Ronald. Third time. We're telling Ronald from iHeart Board Games, happy birthday. I see Time Roller also in the chat. But we've got a guest here, Melissa. Let's get right to him. Roy Cannaday from the Dice Tower. Roy, Melissa and I are huge fans of your work on the Dice Tower. You bring the energy every time. I love what you're doing. But you've promised us, well, you know, give us a background just in case anybody has never heard of Roy Cannaday. I don't know who that person would be if they play board games, but just in case, tell us.
I don't know about all that. So basically, I've been doing board game media for quite a while now. I used to have a podcast called Epic Gaming Night back in the day, but I do all of the editing as far as like Tom's reviews and stuff like that for the Dice Tower, and I run a lot of the live streams over there. I'm also part of our Four Squares reviews, and I do reviews of myself. I also have a show called Favorite Game Friday where I have the community join in and are part of like the discussion on their favorite game for different topics each week. And I've designed a board game called Last Light, a super fast-paced 4X game that plays in like an hour with simultaneous play, but still gives you all those meaningful decisions.
Melissa, he's promising in something, and I got to call shenanigans. He's telling us he's designed a 4X game that plays in an hour or less.
Yes.
You got to sell us on this, Roy. Give us the elevator pitch. And also, Ronald from iHeart Board Games wants to know, is it going to be Kickstarter or GameFound? So answer that question when you get a chance. But I want you to I want you to sell me on this. You can get a 4X game in under an hour.
So it is going to be coming to GameFound. That is the main thing there. But also, this is a super fast-paced game that basically you're all different alien races coming in, trying to gather light right before the heat death of the universe. The reason that this game is so quick and fast-paced is because all of the actions are simultaneous. You're going to have like mining actions to gather resources and construct actions to build ships, and then command actions to move your armadas out there and do things. And it also hinges on the fact that you're playing this refresh card to take cards back into your hand to be able to play them again. And once everybody has played out their refresh card, then you're going to rotate the board. So it's an area control game where the board kind of rotates around. So different areas you control
I like that.
actually are going to be spinning around as well as the game goes along. So it's like you're not always with the same person in your face. But the thing is, like, the fact that it's simultaneous actions means that you can basically take the same amount of actions in a 1-hour game that you would take in a normal 4-hour games at 4 players. You know, I've had 6-player games of this end up at like 58 minutes. Normally like 8-player games of this, I mean, it goes up to 8 when you have the expansions and stuff like that. And they're normally like at an hour 10, hour 15 minutes. So the player count doesn't really change the time that much. It's because all that action is simultaneous. And you still have those deep, meaningful decisions because it's always your turn. You're never like waiting for somebody else to do things.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Is it sort of, I'm trying to picture in my mind, sort of kind of a follow-up mechanic where sort of like Reaver's Midgard or Scythe, where when somebody does something, you also do it at the same time, so it doesn't take any time?
No.
Not really?
So this is kind of what I've done is I've kind of engineered this from the ground up to work at the same time, even though you're doing completely different actions. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's other games that kind of do a little bit of simultaneous stuff, but I'm trying to do something really different here. So it's kind of hard to understand without having done it in practice.
We'll just have to see it, right?
play it out to see exactly how it works. But like when I'm mining, someone else could be playing the technology card and gaining technology, and I'm gathering my resources, they're gathering their technology, but we're doing it at the same time. So it minimizes downtime. It also makes the playtime extremely quick. The only action that can kind of need to be done in turn order is the command action, where players are moving around the board. And if players aren't going to be able to move into the same space, they still even do that at the same time. All the combat is kind of simultaneous, and everything in the game kind of like works from the ground up to be at the same time. I mean, I know it's hard for gamers to understand, mostly because I feel like we haven't seen a ton of this before, but I really wanted to find a way to take a 4X style game, because I love that genre, and bring it into like a single game night, but still give you all those like hardcore crunchy decisions and feel like you start with this tiny little civilization and build all the way up. And a lot of people say that it is working out, and I've done that. So I'm excited to get on people's table.
I've got some advice, Melissa. Why don't we just do this? Why don't we just back the game blind, and then we'll see it when it comes in, and we'll learn exactly how it is. So everybody out there, if you're watching this right now, just back it, because Roy's told you everything you need to know on that. He can get it done. It's a 4X game in under an hour. You got a question?
It's a quick simultaneous 4X game from Gray Fox Games, currently on GameFound. So besides having a telescope as a kid and other space-related content, such as movies or TV, what led you to make a space-themed game?
And you can't talk about telescopes, and you can't talk about movies or TV. Okay.
I'm really into like space and the sci-fi genre overall. I watch a lot of videos about like astronomy and like basically all of the, or like astrophysics and stuff like that, to like figure out like celestial bodies and stuff like that. I watch a lot of Isaac Arthur videos, and In a Nutshell is another like YouTube channel, and I'm really into like the science behind like the stars and things like that. This is all about like the heat death of the universe. So like basically all the other stars have gone out, and you're all these different aliens trying to come in to gain light right before they go out. So I just find that concept interesting. I know a lot of other reviewers have been like, oh, that sounds really dark, but it literally kind of is, you know, because
science,
you're
right?
trying to hold on to the last bit of it. But the game overall doesn't take itself that seriously. It's very like science fantasy. You have crazy alien races, and we make it a little bit more lighthearted with crazy alien technologies and stuff like that keep the game like light and fun, that make a lot of sense for like such a quick playing game.
Well, we got a couple of questions. The mayor of Canada wants to know, is your grandpa Carl Sagan?
No, my grandpa isn't Carl Sagan, but I have watched a bunch of Carl Sagan videos and Neil deGrasse Tyson and a bunch of stuff like that. So I'm really into like the science and stuff behind that stuff. So
is your uncle Buzz Aldrin? We're getting some very serious, hard-hitting journalistic questions here. No, let's get back to some serious questions. But hey, keep them coming, because I'm gonna laugh while I keep reading the comments. So full disclosure, I've done a lot of demo work for Gray Fox over the years. Worked with Lance and them, Josh. What's it like? Are you working with Josh Lee Woods with doing some of the development work? And what is that like, having a game being developed with you?
So yeah, it's been pretty awesome so far. Just bouncing a bunch of stuff off of the Gray Fox team there, and the cool thing has been that they've had very much a shared vision. Back in the day, I ended up pitching this game to them at PAX Unplugged several years ago.
Okay.
But they're like, basically, we love the game the way it is. We want to like bring that vision to life, because I've always had these like. The game has these 3D resin planets on stands, so it looks like a science project as it spins by around. Am I actually allowed to share my screen, and will you be able to pick that up on the stream? Because I have my tabletop simulator mod.
We see you, so whatever we're seeing right now, if you change that to something else, we'll look at it.
Works.
Yeah,
if this works,
Ronald,
if you could bring this in, you'd be able to see kind of like what the board looks like a little bit.
I'm not
sure if I can make that the
I don't
main
think we
thing
can
or
see
not.
that. No, I don't think we can see that.
Anyway,
so.
It's going to have these cool 3D resin planets that are going to be spinning around the board as it rotates and stuff like that. And you're going to be playing these action cards out.
In fact, we don't see you. Yeah, there we go.
I'll fix myself back.
He was trying to share the screen with us. I don't know if it's going to work, though. Yeah. No, Jesse says no, it's not going to work. Yeah.
But
you were telling us about the
development. It's been great working with them, because they have they really want the game to look the same way like I wanted to look, and they are very excited about adding tons of different aliens in there, and the development's been really quick. It's kind of funny, because I was talking to Josh the other day. He's like, this is going to be a game that we've done like the most development work on, but haven't changed anything at all. They just enjoy playing the game that much. They've just been playing it over and over again and being like, well, we don't really need to change anything, but it's been really exciting. And Josh worked a lot on making a 2-player version of the game that works really well as well. That makes it kind of like tense and exciting even at the low player counts. So, and it goes all the way from 2 all the way up to 8 players when you have the expansion added in, and it plays really well at all those player counts. So I'm really excited about what we're doing with the game.
If you had to make a choice, would you want absolute proof of aliens, alien life, or absolute proof of ghosts? That's straight from the mayor of Canada.
I think both options of those are terrifying. I don't think I don't know that we have proof of either, but it's kind of interesting to think about those sort of things, you know. Aliens are probably more likely than the ghosts, though.
Ronald from iHeart Board Games wants to know, serious question, what inspired the different alien factions? If you haven't been paying attention to the project, let me tell you what, they're always bringing out these, they don't look like alien tropes. They look like new type of species that we've probably never met before, or at least we haven't seen them before. So, Roy, where is that coming from? What's the genesis of all these aliens coming from? Is this just swirling in you and Josh's brain?
I'm a really big fan of, like, I don't know, aliens. I mean, we have some aliens that are kind of like humanoid. I mean, it helps players who are human to be able to play a game where these different aliens are humanoid, but then we have some like more abstract concepts of aliens as well. I think there's even more that haven't even been shown off that are kind of like more weird nebulous concepts of aliens, and I just really enjoy the idea of, on different planets, all these different alien species have been able to get to a level where there are all sorts of very crazy different ideas. And Gray Fox has been along for the ride with that too. In my prototype, I grabbed all sorts of different crazy art from the internet to make these alien races. And Gray Fox kind of took some of that stuff and ran with it and came up with their own stuff as well. And we've had an amazing writer doing a bunch of the writing for all the alien factions as well. So it's really cool to have a lot of very abstract ideas for these aliens. I told them, I was like, I want aliens that are really super cute and then also aliens that are horrifying. So I think we're kind of meeting that, you know.
Yeah, so a question here is, was there a moment that working at Dice Tower that stands out to you as unbelievable? And is there still someone you'd like to sit down and play with, a board game with?
Besides Melissa and BJ.
Yeah,
besides us,
yeah.
you know, because we know that would be your first choice. So we're giving you it out there.
I mean, there's been some pretty crazy moments. I mean, we just had Trey Parker, the guy who owns South Park and started South Park, in the studio doing a top 10.
I watched
that. Was pretty crazy. The fact
that was a great video.
He was a big fan of the Dice Tower, and so like came in and did his top 10, and it just went amazing. It was a blast. And I mean, every time we do like the Dice Tower cruise, it's just crazy to be there, just because it's such an exciting event. It's basically like a convention, sort of like you're on, but on a cruise ship. You know, it's kind of like, what? Board games while on a cruise with all you can eat buffets within arm reach? That's crazy, you know. But yeah, there's been tons of amazing events. I mean, whenever we do like top 10 lists at Gen Con and there's just thousands of people out there in the crowd, not thousands, but you know, hundreds up to 1,000 people out there in the crowd. When we do like our top 100 lists and have like multiple thousand people watching, it's just exciting things. There's lots of exciting moments here at the Dice Tower. So I'm super excited to be a part of the team and running a lot of those live streams and pushing forward and being a part of a lot of those videos. It's fun to try to push board games and help people get excited about board games, because the more board gamers we can get, the more people we have at our table to play with, you know.
If you could play Last Light in any place, where would that dream place be? I'm going to give you a hint what mine is. Disney's opening up a Star Wars resort over there in Orlando. Yeah. Can you imagine playing Last Light inside the Disney Star Wars resort while you're sitting around your hotel late at night? You have an hour to kill, right? Yes. Play Last Light. Do you have a dream place where you could play Last Light?
If I could do anything, it would probably be like in like SpaceX or something like that, like in their offices, be like set it up on their table with Elon Musk and all the rocket scientists and be like, let's play a silly space game and talk about space stuff and see how rocket scientists do with that stuff, since they're on the frontier of doing a bunch of space stuff right now. That'd be pretty cool.
That could be some of those people that you want to play at the table with.
Oh, the dream people to play with. Yeah.
Dream team.
There you go.
Scientist.
Hey, give us a little tease though for the GameFound project. Is there anything that's going to be coming up that you could just kind of give us a little gumbo scoop, a little iHeart board game scoop to kind of tease those people in the chat to run over to GameFound? Like, in other words, stretch goals, kick, any kind of, you know, why back it on the Kickstarter? Why not just wait for retail later down the road?
We're definitely going to be having some exclusives here and there for the GameFound page for sure. Everything is still a little bit up in the air. It is going to be coming out extremely soon, like the beginning of next month sort of thing. So it's right on the edge of happening. One of the things you definitely want to look at is the fact that probably things are going to be more deluxe in the GameFound. So you definitely want to be checking it out. If you want a blinged out game, this is a blinged out game. And it's a very quick game, especially like for what the game looks like. But the thing you have to realize is you make a lot of meaningful choices during that extremely fast game. So I'm excited to see. I mean, the playtests have been amazing, and definitely jump on there. Also check out lastlightgame.com. We have like a mailing list you can sign up for to get like an exclusive, like the star in the middle is going to be different. So if you want to check out lastlightgame.com, you can do a bunch of puzzles as well, which gets you entries into winning a full copy of the game. So we're really trying to hit this one hard and really like launch it as high as we can. The first day, speak of space, launching things, but you know, I'm excited.
And that's one of the cool things about GameFound is you can also click on that notification button and keep up with all the updates.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of exciting, Shane from Great Fox Game asked, and I think we all...
Shane's asking? Like, the Shane from Great Fox.
We all do after this. Why is Roy not more excited about this release of his own game?
I don't know if Roy can get more excited. Shane, I don't think you're being serious with us.
Yeah.
Shane's
super excited.
Shane's the owner of Great Fox Games.
I think there was a little...
I think he's Johning you a little bit there, Roy. So
it's definitely coming up super soon, and I mean, this has been a long time coming. This is my first published design, and I mean, I've had a bunch of other games I've worked on in the past, and they're kind of all in the trash can now. This is the one that I want to bring to market. I mean, I already work in board game media. I already work kind of in the industry. Like, this is going to be kind of like my love letter to like people that like area control games or like Space 4X games. But I've been really surprised with how well it's just done with like such a wide audience. I mean, I've been playing with basically everybody I've played with have really enjoyed it. Even people that say they don't enjoy Space or 4X have really just enjoyed how quick it is and how crunchy those decisions are and how accessible the game is. It's kind of like a weird niche. So I'm excited to see, like, this has been a long time coming. I'm excited to see how it hits the market.
Okay, but I want to follow up on that. So we know about TI, we know about Eclipse, we know about games like that. Those people will automatically check out a project like that. But who else would you say, hey, you should check out this project, even though that's not your genre, you should check out Last Light because this would be a game for you because... Any ideas? What game would this appeal to if they haven't played TI or Eclipse?
I mean, the interesting thing about this is there is a little bit of combat and stuff and like that and confrontation, but even people that don't enjoy that stuff as much still really enjoy the game because it's so fast paced that's not as big of a deal. But then there's those meaningful decisions that happen throughout the entire game. So people that enjoy games that give you that opportunity to think, I really enjoy the game, but it's also extremely fast-paced, so it's not too hard for that sort of stuff. I just played it with Thinker Themer at Dice Tower West,
Amy and
they really enjoyed the game. They had great things to say about it, and they're like, we don't like space games. We've never played a 4X game before, but we love this game, and we want to talk about it more, and it was a blast. They were just surprised about how many decisions you make and how meaningful those things are in such a short amount of time. And that's one of the things I'm really trying to push with this. I mean, for me, it's surprising as well, the fact of so many different people have really enjoyed it. And I've been like, oh, I played with older ladies and dude bros and people who like Euro games, people who like Ameritrash games, people who like all sorts of different styles of games. It kind of fits in a lot of genres. And it'll be interesting to see like who really gravitates towards this, because so far it's been everybody I put it in front of, which is kind of mind-blowing even for me.
Awesome.
Well, kudos. It looks like a great project. And Roy, I know it's scary. You're board game media, so you're putting yourself out there with a game design. And this is not like a video where people just hit like or subscribe. This is a whole project. But to me, Melissa, it shows that he's putting his heart and soul in this project. And I just want to give you, kudos to that.
I think that's why Shane was joking.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why Shane was joking.
Yeah, because I can hear that excitement about everything you're talking about. So
all right, so gamefound.com/lastlight. Or just go to lastlight.com. Is that the best place?
You can just go to lastlightgame.com. And from there, you can click on the Game Found page. You can find all of the profiles for the aliens. You can find all of our cool little alien puzzles, which you can do and be a part of, like, stuff. You can sign up for the newsletter so you'll be notified exactly when it launches. And it's going to come super soon, so get on it.
When's the next time somebody can see you at a con and play the game? You got any cons coming up?
I think the next con I'm actually going to be at is going to be at Dice Tower East. So it's probably going to be after the Game Found page. And that's going to be in July. But yeah, lots of exciting things to do and check out. I'll be all over the place, hitting me up, doing all the Dice Tower stuff,
We're big fans of Dice Tower East. We've all gone to Dice Tower East. So maybe we'll see you there. Hey, thank you, Roy, for coming in. Everybody, check it out.
Thank you so much.
Gamefound.com or go to lastlightgame.com. Click on that notify, click on that subscribe so you can get all the word. And, if you look around on the internet, you're going to see Roy talking about the game. Just click on those videos, getting excited. We all share your excitement, Roy, and we hope the project does fantastic.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for coming to Southern Board Game Fest. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right, we will be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna be
And
right
we've got
back.
a couple more interviews.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break, but thanks, Roy.
It's
We'll see you later.